Sam after work. Well, it's the end of 2023. It was an interesting ride this year for us and for the world. For us, we had good growth in the channel. We brought on shorts, started to do shorts at the end of, I think it was over a year ago now. But through this year, through the beginning and really most of this year, we've had very good growth in the channel. Good subscriber growth, lots of views, that sort of thing. I think YouTube have managed to get us back down, and all that sort of slowing down at the moment. As for the ebbs and flows of it, it's still working well for us, and we're happy to get our videos out there to get people to see our content. But for those who aren't seeing it regularly, hit the bell, hit it again. Even if you've hit it again, to let them know that you want to see this sort of stuff. And there is a degree of where I'm fairly sure that it's not shared a lot through things. We don't see enormous growth enormous views on videos for the amount of subscribers we've got. We're probably down in the 1 or 2%. It actually is what they share. That's a bit of the nature of the beast. But if you want to see more, just go and weekly, whenever it is, go and check on your subscribers. Go and find our channel, and you'll see we do 2 videos a week. There's always at least 2 videos a week. So if you're not seeing that, or at least a video and a short, generally 2 videos, and maybe more. But if you're not seeing it, go to the channel and you'll be able to see that sort of stuff if you want to do it. Like and share and all that sort of stuff helps. But I'm not complaining, just to get more stuff out there in front of more faces if we can. We would really like to. On the other side of things, obviously the gun ban side of it, we've had a lot of noise from the politicians and the police force working with the media to definitely influence things to try and take all the guns. For those who don't realise, there was a gun ban just about some high power calibers or cartridges, which was under the guise of long range penetration power, and that's how they made that selection. But I want for people to get confused. There's some people that say, well, oh, listen, it's because of those high power cartridges why there's bans at all, or because if you show something else can go that far, they want to ban that as well. Do understand that that's not what's actually happening here. There are the powers that be that want to do that, want to take all the firearms. It's not a case of they want to take a little section of it and they want the ones that they see as more dangerous. They want all of them, but they can't just take all of them. If they try and take them all, that'll be too much outcry and that'll be bad for votes, which is what they don't want to do. So they make up a logical reason to take a little piece of that pie. They want the whole thing, but a logical reason to take one piece of it. And they will do the same for the next piece of it, and they'll keep on going till they get all of it. But they would need to convince the general public that they're doing the right thing, that this is for their safety, and they then have to have a reason to take a piece of it. So please don't get confused into the fact it's because a firearm, this particular thing is a dangerous thing, and that's why we need to have that. It's just a good argument to take another piece of that pie. And until they've taken all of it, they'll keep on coming with that sort of stuff. So don't let it be a divide and conquer thing, because that's what it does in this situation. Well, it's those firearms that cause the problem, so they're the bad side of the fence. And then there's infighting and stuff on the good guys side of things. Divide and conquer, like I said. The positive bit, I'd say, out of what's happened this year, as much as it's so negative they took those, they've now gone to the next level where they want to take a whole heap more. That's brought a lot more people into the crosshairs, as to speak, and that created a fair bit more noise from the shooters. There still is too much of a desire for most Aussies, most shooters. I think it's all over the place problem actually, but have someone else stand up. They want someone to stand up, some organisation to stand up and do the fighting, or do the leading for the rest of the population to then, oh, we'll agree with them, we'll support them, well, that sort of stuff. And that's another divide and conquer thing, because not only do you get small organisations or groups that then are infighting for the power of doing that, or being on the good side, but you also have if any of the small entities or the leaders stand up too far, then the powers that will be have a really easy target to take out, through whatever means. And that is this sort of nature. It is this sort of politics. It is this sort of power game. The only way that I can see it really working is to really change the minds of the people who are trying to do this and take the firearms away, is that the people stand up. All of the shooters, all of them, the individuals become this. The movement comes from the individuals, from the more boots on the ground, from all the, be it all the clubs, be it all the hunters, be it all realise that they have to do something. And if they combine with the other groups in our society that are being picked on, the likes of the four drivers, the likes of the fishers, the likes of those people, they all get together and they start, whether it's marches or it's whatever form of protest it is, where it goes through the fact that that gets in the paper, that lets West Aussies or Aussies know that, listen, this isn't just a small group of people that shouldn't have firearms. This is a large body, a large part of our country that sees the benefits of firearms, and we don't want them taken away, or sees the benefits of the fishing, or sees the benefits of the national parks, or wherever it is. We all get together as the people and stand up. Then I think there is a real chance of doing stuff. But it needs to get to the papers, it needs to get to the general conversation, it needs to get to the point where the politicians, the people who are doing this, all of a sudden realise that they really are losing votes because they're against too much of their constituents. So then they'll back off. And until then, now the small bits and pieces, it's only little tiny a rake trying to hold back a stream. It's not going to work. Anyway, that's enough of that one there. Hopefully there is some more noise from the people coming, but hey, listen, that's for the people to get to that place, the shooters, the fishers, them to get to that place. As for on the world note, we're seeing the 2023, we still have this ever growing, be it the woke, be it the progressive, be it the activist, be whatever it is, and be it whether it's climate change or it's about gender or it's about whatever it is that's going on. There is I suppose, fortunately, there seems to be a growing awareness of where this is coming from, and this is coming from universities, this is coming from our education system, and although it's in our political system, it's in our society in all sorts of fashions, it is largely coming out of universities, and which is a sad thing to think about, a place where they're supposed to be open-minded and creative thinking and all the things that they were. They are becoming less of. They are creating something that's against our society of where we're heading, with the powers of rewriting history, of ignoring history, which is for those with the mind of critical thinking know that's causes them and all of us, our society, to be doomed to repeat history if we ignore it. And I think that's one of the largest things that I'm seeing from a lot of that side of the fence, is this thought, which is they know more because it's 2023 now, it's going to be 2024, and they have more knowledge, more information, more education, they know more than everybody else. And I would suggest it's moving into the opposite by ignoring and by rewriting and by changing the definition on everything and resetting stuff. And with your smartphone and computers and all the rest of it, we're moving by far into the dumbest that humanity's been in for some sides of this conversation anyway. Yes, we have monstrous amounts of technology, but listen, young people don't seem to be able to add up anymore. There is more and more noise about that there's actually a flat earth out there, that it's not on a globe. There's the amazing lack of knowledge that comes out of not having to do your own research anymore, where you can ask your iPhone. And I've been through those sorts of stuff before, but listen, it's sort of scary times. It's I suppose the positive, I would say, is there's more and more people seemingly becoming aware of this problem. The comment of what is woke and things like that seem to be less and less heard. There's more people understand what's actually going on. This is the logic of the agenda of diversity and inclusion, which which ends up being the absolute opposite. Everything they do seems to head down where we're becoming less diverse and more racist, and all the opposites of what they say is where the sort of a lot of that heads. But that awareness is what is a positive thing in my way of looking at things, and maybe by going too far it becomes more obvious, so hopefully we can stop it from falling over the cliff, and come back to where the conservative values really work better. Certainly that's the stuff that we live by, and where our world really got to its strength is out of those same values. So listen, there's a new year coming, and although I have reservations, I've also see glimmers of hope. There are things that are starting to change. There is more awareness. The countries that have gone too far down that road are starting to pull back again. And look at New Zealand, and their Prime Minister now has moved over to the conservative side of things, and there's a change in that direction. There's other places in the world that are going down that road. So hopefully we can too. But listen, it is about staying vigilant. It is about staying critical thinking, and being part of being on the good side, and that is not being silent. It's not working. You do need to talk. You do need to be a side of that. You do need to be a little bit political to try and stop our world from politically killing itself. Anyway, that's enough of that one there. I suppose we're from me and Sam. We will keep doing what we're doing, and we thank you very much for supporting us over the 2023 and being involved with comments and bits and pieces like that, sharing our videos. Thank you very much. It is nice to think that we can sort of touch a fair bit of the world through our channel, and like I said, we'll keep at it. We'll keep working hard at it, and on that note, I'd say listen, we wish all of you the absolute best for 2024. And yeah, we'll see you there. Okay guys, thank you very much for checking in. We'll catch you next time.